first of all, I just want to say thank you to you on behalf of the chamber and our members for being willing to sit down and just kind of share your knowledge and let us pick your brain a little bit on what our businesses can be doing now to help them to prepare to come out of this and recover and be stronger than ever. So with that, I'll let you take it away.
Awesome. Do I have the ability to share? Oh, screen share. Boom. So share my screen. Bada bing. Then let's see how this looks here. Oops. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Click on this present, see how this. So I had just a few slides, and then I kind of want to spend a little bit more time getting into just some actual examples of some of the social posts that you could be doing like live on different people's pages. So you have really just like live examples that you can go reference and check out. Really want to spend time just showing you that there's so much opportunity right now, and some of it is in the space of running some ads if you wanted to go that route. A lot of it is just organic reach because people are on social media, and our posts are doing, I mean, honestly better than ever, but they are crushing it. And the nice thing about it is it's almost like the easiest content to create. It's just fun, happy stuff. So just kind of as we jump in here, this is, I would say this is our location marketing philosophy, and it really encompasses a lot more around both local and tourism, because all of it, not just local and tourism, but marketing and new business, start some other people sharing their experiences. If you were to talk to dozens of business owners, read any sales book, all of those different tactics and strategies kind of revolve around how do you get people to refer you. Referrals is where business continues to come from. And our opportunity, what I see Tampa Bay is awesome on all of our pages, but also you all as the merchants, the opportunity comes with how do we get better at other people sharing what we're doing. And that's really the name of the game, is getting other people to talk about us. Even if they share a post of a pretty sunset from your Facebook page, you don't have to have any promotion from your business in there. They have the opportunity to go, and your brand is going to get shared. It's the experiences that you are all creating that is what makes the destination so awesome. It's nothing that any organizations are doing or billboards, none of that stuff. I mean, it's there to reinforce our destination as a brand, but you are the ones making this community so awesome. So we're going to talk a lot about different ideas, tips, and tactics on how to post, what to post, how to schedule some of it, because you don't have to spend a bunch of time on it every day. I mean, we have a little bit of flexibility now. Maybe you do. I find that we're super busy, continuously super busy, which is great. But you can spend an hour and you can probably get a week or two's worth of stuff scheduled, so you know that content is going to be going out on your pages, and we'll show you how to do that. This is what we think about around leveraging other people's experiences. First things first for us is it's not just about your business. You are an ambassador of the community. So one of the big mistakes, and I don't say it's necessarily a mistake, but it's just kind of something that most businesses just do naturally, is you tend to talk about just the stuff that you have going on, whether it's only talking about, let's say, your menu items or your excursions or whatever else is happening. If we stop necessarily thinking about it as like, this is just purely a promotional tool for my business, and kind of come at it with we are a promoter of this whole community, you'll see engagement go up on the pages. You'll see a lot more people participating and tagging and sharing with their friends, and obviously doing it within brand. And, we'll show you a bunch of screenshot examples and examples right on Facebook as we get into that. So even sharing, fun stuff happening in the news, not the news, but I'm just talking about lists that Creative Loafing is sharing and Wear sharing, and just positive things, pretty pictures, pretty sunsets. Those are the things that people are going to share. And whether you talked about your business in there or not, your business is going to be, it's going to be, a beautiful sunset. and it's going to be like, hey, hashtag sunset from 2 weeks ago from, the Beachcomber, and your Beachcomber is still getting mentioned, and now people are just sharing their, oh, I missed my sunsets. Inherently in there, you're going to have people talking about the last meal they had, and we came there 50 years ago, and all the great stuff. They just need that extra little content that's just going to spark their interest and take off. Sometimes we get into the rut of posting a lot of the same pictures and things like that. This is an opportunity to, go on Instagram, go on to Facebook. You can, as long as you're crediting the people and tagging them, the ones who took the pictures, you've got an arsenal of great things to start going after. This other, bullet here I put on there is, stop counting likes. Likes, I don't want to say are irrelevant, but your currency should be shares. Shares is what's getting your stuff in front of more people. If you have a lot of shares, chances are you probably have a lot of likes already. Shares is your currency because that's what's spreading the message. That's what's helping your page grow. Likes are great. They'll help you do a little better organically. They'll help more people see that existing post, but those people are your followers. So if it's just worried about how many likes do we get, you're not expanding the reach. You're getting in front of the audience you've already built. You have to try to find those ways to get people to share that message. I look at current opportunities and responsibilities. I only wanted to start with this, like what not to post, just because I'm seeing a ton of it. We learned from our own mistakes. News update stuff. We're staying as far away from any of it as possible. There's nothing that is generated from a positive feeling when you're talking about openings and closures and funding things and all of this stuff, because it just turns your page into kind of like a complaint fest. We did it like early on, and we even had our own emotions getting into it, and we were just like, listen, after like a week, we see people's comments and you're just like, oh, why does this person think this way? Like, it's not positive. It's not serving us. It's not serving our page. It's not serving the community. And I would kind of venture to guess that fits into really all of your spaces, whether it's hospitality or not. So I keep the news stuff arm's length, unless it's like a really positive, like local story. I'm talking about, COVID news, not happy news where like, this puppy got saved from a tree somewhere, or, a dolphin saved a manatee. I mean, those types of things are fantastic. Also, the same pics over and over again, continuously posting like the same pic of your menu or the same kind of like we're open. I want you to post those types of things, but we got to try to think of a few other ways to include that. And this is just kind of an example. And I have a bunch more. I just kind of ripped this one off our Dunedin page. This is actually a video, which I'll show you guys. This is just a video of the water. It's just the water coming in and out. That right there is pretty much relevant to all of your pages. It can be amazing. Just posting the shore coming, posting the sunsets, posting the sunrises. That is ready content that all of us can be using. And it serves multiple purposes. It serves, one, showcasing the community, but it's also going to help just get your brand going on and getting in front of more people. So like, for instance, this one, Dunedin is awesome, is constantly getting the action up there. It doesn't matter what else I said in here. My brand is always getting the shares. I got Pisces some love. I shared a link to their menu. So you might have, like over here on the left, you might have the post text, which would be, hang in there, everyone, show some love. And then at the bottom, you can make sure to mention, hey, we are open X time to X time. See menu, click to order. I'm going to have a ton of different ideas and examples for those of you who are not open as well, because still tons of stuff to do, still tons of just great things to be posting. It's just a matter of staying relevant. Once like everyone's allowed to go out again, the floodgates are going to open and everyone's going to be fighting for market share and posting tons of things. So this is really the opportunity to stay in that, forefront and stay top of mind. And you can build some pretty cool audiences that you can target later on. So I'll show you what I mean by that. And that's got a little bit of some ad spends behind it, but we're starting to run some ads ourselves right now. We started last week, And we've got some ads that we are going that are targeting people outside of 50 miles. So we've got some ads running that are targeting Florida, some other ones that are targeting the rest of the country, and they're crushing it. Like really like back to 2013 kind of pricing. So if you're just thinking about some like, all right, we're going to spend a few bucks, and I am not talking about a lot, maybe 50 bucks, 100 bucks. You can go higher if you want to, obviously, but you want to spend a few $100, you can do a big, massive thing right now with getting people engaging with your brand, building your list, getting more action on your pages, maybe building your database. So the opportunity is pretty tremendous right now. I'm not going to spend time going through all of these at all. This is just, I wanted to make sure that it's in here and we can send you a copy of this. These are just a ton of different examples of what you can be posting. Just tips, tricks, ideas. I'm going to go through examples live on Facebook in just a second, but just kind of wanted to make sure you had a list of just tons of things you can always tap into if you feel like you're drawing a blank around what it is that you could be posting. So with that, let me stop sharing the screen. I think we've got a chat on here. Anybody? Oh, Buster. Thank you, Buster. Bada bing. X out of that. Oh, there we go. And go over here. So everybody should see this. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Duh. Sorry. Back to screen share. Sorry about that. So the first thing I just wanted to show you was how you can schedule some posts to go on your pages. So as you can see here, I'm on my Clearwater Beach is Awesome page. You can go into, you probably have this up at the top. It's called Creators Studio. And if you've never used it before, you're probably going to get like a welcome message and start with Creator Studio, stuff like that. This is where we really manage everything for each one of our pages. It helps looking at insights. It helps us schedule stuff. So if you were just to click over here on Create Post, you can see upload videos, create post, multiple videos. So the cool thing, let's say you went and you shot a bunch of videos. Let's say you were walking around the beach, or you took a walk over the causeway, or you've got a bunch of videos on your phone. You could take them off and upload all of them at one time. So it doesn't, you don't have to do one after the other. Saves a lot of time, and then it will let you edit the content, like the text and everything for each one on an individual video, and then you can schedule them. So to look at what you would see for scheduling a post, I click Create Post. So you just go add, post text here. You can add your pictures, a poll, feelings, and all this different stuff. And at the bottom, you'll see a little button that says Share Now. Just click on that, click on Schedule, and there you go. You just choose whatever day and time that you want it to go out on, and you're off to the races. Got a chat here. Simon, I don't see Creator Studio on my page. So if you don't see the Creator Studio, you might be able to just do it on the page. So I'll show you an example of that, of where it would be in just a moment. So this is how I see it in Creator Studio. Let me X out of that, discard. And then where that would go after it's scheduled, I would click on my content library. It's going to say posts, and then it's going to say all published and scheduled. And then in here, it's going to show me whatever I have scheduled. So we've got a bunch of these posts scheduled to go out. That's where you can go in there and you can edit them and check everything out. Let me go back to the page itself. So if you don't have Creators Studio, it would actually probably just show up when you're making a post. So, Clearwater. So just write in the text box here, Like mine only allows me to post it right now. If you don't have the Creator Studio, there's probably a button here that's allows you to schedule still. If not, we can connect afterwards and I can make sure to help you find that. But the scheduling is definitely what makes everything immensely easier. So you're not always feeling like you have to do a bunch of different stuff all the time. So scheduling is dynamite. Oop, another question there, chat. Thank you. Yep, no problem. That's what we're here for. This is kind of just not just a social thing, a little bit of just offline sort of a thing, but we've been driving around, taking some videos, and then we have a lot of places that we know are open, doing takeout, things like that. And like, they don't have signs up. I mean, people are cruising around, people are just going on drives. They don't know if you're open or not. Like this is, I know it might feel like a little bit of common sense, but it's just like, get a big enough sign that people know you are open, especially if you're doing takeout or whatever your experience might be. If they have to order online. I went to that amazing French place. I always forget the name of it, right on Gulf Boulevard, like just after Bel Air. You know, we were riding bikes yesterday, super long ride from Palm Harbor to Paso Grill and back. And we were super tired and we stopped off there and, you know, huge sign and we could smell it when we were driving past it. So that was actually how we knew they were open, but they did have a great sign. And that was one of the reasons why we stopped off there. But absolutely critical to make sure you have the right signage going on. Saw something else with the chat here. Café de Paris. Ah, of course, Camille knows what it is. Can you schedule posts on LinkedIn? To be honest, I don't use LinkedIn as much as I use Facebook, so I would have to double check that, and we'll jump into that just to review it at the end. I'll open up another screen here. I'm pretty sure you can, but I am not 100% certain that you would do it in their dashboard. That might be something you could use Hootsuite for, which you can have a few free accounts into the Hootsuite area. Continuing to cruise on here. So this is just, I just wanted to show you, like, this is the video. I mean, let's see if it starts up again. So sharing our videos, downloading them, sharing them yourself. It's, again, just the pretty video of the water going back and forth. You know, gets in front of a ton of people. Let's pause this. Next example, you know, we found this and it's amazing. I mean, tons of stingrays cruising along, you know, find it, share it. This type of stuff is evergreen. This isn't like what you could just be posting now. This is for forever. You know, we definitely don't always have to just post about our business. I mean, here, you know, tag the first person that you're gonna be going to the beach with. You know, it's got 39 comments. This is other people tagging and sharing the fun picture with other people that is definitely getting Clearwater Beach in front of a bigger audience. I'm going to show a few other examples here. Just, again, think of random things to ask people. You know, what's your favorite place to grab a cocktail? Pretty picture. 214 comments. Now, obviously, we have a lot of people on this page, so yours might not get in front of this many people. But, you know, I could say Jimmy's Crow's Nest is doing a ton of great stuff. They're one of the few hotels that I see still posting some things out there. You know, this was the view from Jimmy's on the Edge. You know, 238 shares. I mean, we're getting them a ton of visibility. They're getting themselves a ton of visibility. Whether they're open or not, they're staying top of mind. You know, they're still out. They're still doing stuff. And this is critical. This is all, you know, you can share this stuff too. You know, if you know, Camille's, you know, they're promoting Tropics and the ferry. People just like pretty stuff. They want to see the water. They just want to be reminded that awesome stuff is happening. So you can, you know, tie it together and be like, oh, here's the view from Jimmy's on the Edge. We go right past it on our dolphin tours. Can't wait to see you again soon. Or tag the last person you were on the beach with. I mean, thinking of different ways to just engage with people and get them to share, get them to tag, get them to talk about something. There, especially on Clearwater's pages, people are anxious to talk about stuff. You're obviously going to get a whole bunch of other people, not a whole bunch, but a reasonable number of people asking, when is the beach going to open again? And you just we just respond with a question mark. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? What else do I have as we scroll up here? So we share Nature's Food Patch stuff. We're sharing some, you know, things for Spark. Again, another pretty video. Can you guess which resort this was taken from? Tons of places. This was at Shepherd's. This was just a video driving around. This is a video driving around the roundabout that got in front of 24,000 people and 50 comments. Your pages are all able to do these types of things as well. You know, boom, North Beach versus South Beach. Pretty picture of the sand. X out of that. So just again, trying to get you to think about all the different, you know, beautiful visual resources that we have and the opportunity that we have to continue to share. When we get to talking about other things that, let's say, are more relevant to what our service offerings are, whether it's menus or if we are open, you know, trying to tie stuff back to things about the community. Let me check on the chat here. We got a couple in there. Can you schedule posts in a group? You can schedule posts within a group. Are you sharing other pages stuff? Only your own pictures and videos. So I am doing a combination of those things. So the one question was, can you share stuff, schedule in a Facebook group? And the answer is yes. I don't know where it ends up showing up, to be honest. I don't do that all that often if it's in Creator Studio, but if you're in the group, there's definitely the share option there. But finding this content, so that picture of the stingrays, I found on Instagram, and actually there was supposed to be, looks like, we need to credit the meteorologist that took this because we tagged him everywhere else. But if you're using Instagram, I find Instagram to be a really nice, easy way to find people because you can use the repost app is what we use. You might have a different one. And that's where we find a ton of the visual stuff because we can see what performs well. And then we can post it on our Instagram page and get it over to our Facebook page as well. But you're welcome to, I mean, if, you know, if we are using someone else's picture, we're crediting them. If we're using our own, we're not. But listen, if you take our stuff, I don't care if you tag us or not. I mean, I just want you all to be successful and just to get the word out for doing different things. So if you find pictures and there's not anyone else mentioned, feel free to use them as your own. You're not going to hear anything from me that will not be the same from other photographers. Trust me, if you see somebody and you use their stuff from Instagram or Facebook, make sure to tag them, give them some love. And it doesn't hurt the post at all. You just make sure that they're getting their credit because they can be quite a pain if you accidentally missed it sometime, which we have been guilty. So if you are the person on there, we apologize. How do you get Creator Studio if it's not showing up? If you were to probably Google Facebook Creator Studio, it might open up. It just like naturally came up on all of our pages. So I didn't like opt in for it. But if you, let's see where to go into your page's settings. If you clicked on settings, it might show up on the left. I mean, it's going to show up on mine, so I'm not sure if it's going to pop up on yours. Yeah, click on settings and see if it shows up somewhere on this side. If it's not, you'll just have to Google it, and then it'll probably link you over to where you can get the Creator Studio. And if we have some trouble with that, we can hop on a private call afterwards, so I can help walk through it, and I'll do some Google searching for you as well. Using a little bit of an example, I've got Pisces on here over in Dunedin and a few others. There you go. In a post, clicked on Publishing Tools, and it gave them Creator Studio as an option. So in a post, click on Publishing Tools, and that should pop up. Thanks, Simon. So this is just an example. This was just some love that Pisces was doing. You know, this has been a tough time. They did a lot of, you know, inexpensive menu items supporting the hospitality side of things. This got a ton of shares, tons of comments. You know, if you're going to be talking about food or showcasing different stuff, it's important to think about what is going to be interesting enough for people to, you know, react to and share. And there's no shortage in opportunities to show the good that's going on or the good that you're doing, whether you're donating stuff or not, it doesn't really matter. You can give someone else a shout out. You know, if you went on here and like, if you like spicy sushi, this was on the 20th, you know, and you saw this is an opportunity to say, hey, some hospitality people, Pisces is doing an awesome thing. Now, sometimes that might sound counterintuitive. You're like, I'm a restaurant. Why am I going to promote another restaurant? You know, whether you're open or not, this is about supporting each other right now. This is just an opportunity to, you know, this is going to be all ships in the rising tide once we get out of it. And the more love we're able to share around, the easier it's going to be. And the cool thing is, let's say you posted this, like your page is still going to get that love. Like your page is the one doing the sharing. So it shows that you're involved in the community, shows that you're supporting other businesses, and your page is getting the same visibility. So it's just a great little tool for that. Sharing the fundraiser, like there's a ton of people doing fundraisers all over the place. Clearwater's got a great one. I had it in another example somewhere coming up. But this was just an example when our buddy over in St. Pete, you know, we shared his St. Pete meals. Obviously, this crushed it. They've now reached, I don't know how many meals, thousands of meals. Clearwater Amplify has got an amazing GoFundMe page that's raising money, you know, doing videos, talking about that. You know, what we're going to start doing actually is every time that we see, because we have the organizations sending us pictures of when they go and do a delivery, you know, we're going to start doing a little bit more frequent videos that are just giving them a shout out for it, giving the location a shout out, sharing some of the pictures, but we're going to do a video and say, you know, so grateful, Amplify Clearwater just dropped off dozens of meals over for the police department. Big thank you to Hooters for donating the food. You know, do that same kind of a thing on your page. People love the positivity right now. And that's sometimes not always the case. Obviously, you know, complaining sometimes gets a lot more visibility, but the positive stuff's taking on more and more effect every day, which is so great and so exciting because it gives you a chance to show off what's so awesome and the people doing awesome stuff, like things that Amanda and the team are doing to support all the first responders. The more we share that, one, the more they're going to help, and the more it just gives us a chance to get some action going for other businesses as well as our own. How often should you post stuff? I'm going to say post stuff every day, at least one post a day. I mean, and that's really where some of this lifestyle stuff, all these other things that maybe aren't about your business are kind of the filler, and they're going to help get you more exposure. You know, this was a good vibes story. My buddies over at Pacific Counter, you know, they got a story that somebody sent them around some things that they were doing. It inspired them on how to do some, they were matching gift cards that people were buying, sharing good vibe stories, whether it's in your business or someone else's business. Good vibes are good vibes. People share good stuff. So again, just another example of another type of post that you could create. If you've got, I'm sure you've got great reviews. You know, all of you do amazing things. You know, go on to your TripAdvisor or your Yelp or Google, and you can find some great stories. And you can go on your page and show them gratitude and do some pictures, but give them a shout out. You can't tag them personally on your page, but you can just go on and say, hey, we're so grateful to have had Susie give us this lovely review last year. We can't wait to see you again next year or later this year or next month or whatever you want to say. But it gives you a chance to acknowledge someone else, show some gratitude, and you can even leave a link in that post linking over to the place that they could give you a review as well. This is another great opportunity to help build your reviews. People had great experiences. The more you're able to go get those loaded up right now, the better you're going to be when you come out. Just showing off this is a little video, Jack London's Grill. You know, they're doing just random little videos of food. No talking, just showing off these little curry pies. And their page has 2,700 people, 6 comments, 6 shares, you know, 29 people liking it. You're not looking to set the world on fire. You're just wanting other people to share and talk about what's going on. So simple as this, you know, I mean, I know that, you know, we've used the video that we have from Beachcomber where there's like a whole line, the whole cooking line is filled with fried chicken. I know you're not open right now, but I mean, even those videos, we can resharing those, thinking about stuff that we got from the past that we can say, oh, guess how many fried chickens are on the line right now? Getting people incited with that, figuring out ways to engage them with, let's say, some sort of like a contest. something that you can modify this however you want to. But Carol from Cooters and I, probably about a year ago, did a contest where we had a big platter of fresh, or not fresh shrimp, of the peel and eat shrimp. And there was, I don't know, 192 of them. So we did a contest showing the shrimp, and we were like, hey, everybody, we're going to do a $50 giveaway. Guess how many shrimp are in this thing? And I mean, I got in front of like 50,000 people. So you can think about those types of opportunities where you can do them in your space, out of your space. You don't have to be open, but it gives you a chance to get people to engage. And then let's say you didn't do it where like they were guessing on your Facebook page. You could put a page on your website. It should be, you know, you might have to call your developer for it, but they can put a small contact form on there, and you can say, great, leave your guess below, and then click here to go register for something special. So now all those people commenting might then go onto your website and opt in. You can then announce the winner, but then you can email all those people that opted in and say, hey, we're doing just a big gift card special. We're giving you $100 for you know, $75, whatever your discount might be. It gives you a chance to build the audience, get them engaged, get your brand out there, and just kind of keep thinking creatively. My good friend Tina over in Dunedin there, she's doing tons of videos. I mean, she's, you know, I could have done a whole bunch of stuff just with the examples that her and I keep talking about and working on. You know, she's doing cooking tutorials. She's doing live on her bike rides. She's getting ready right now. They're doing a Cinco de Mayo meal kits that they're going to sell, and we're going to do some videos together on that. We're going to do a video actually like this, like a Zoom, but we're going to do it live on Facebook, and her and I are going to break down the meal kit that she's creating and go live with talking about those different things. You might be able to, you know, have another business that you're, you know, friends with, and you both go live and just, you know, Zoom has been great. I found going live on Facebook, I used BeLive.tv. That was very good. But Facebook, I haven't tested it yet. Facebook just like changed the game and added the Zoom kind of feature to their messaging. So I want to be testing that out later today. But if you're doing that, you can have a conversation with you and another business, just talking about cool things you're thinking about doing, whether it's menu items or new fun excursions on tropics, like, oh, we can't wait to switch up and do this kind of an event later this year, or we can't wait for Sugar Sand, or you both just talking about your favorite events. The banter and just like the connection with the brand is so much different now. The one thing that I could say, I'll use Tina again as the example. So Tina is not particularly active on the Casa Tina's page before all this, you know, craziness was going on. She'd post stuff here and there, and we help her with things, but you know, people don't know the person behind the brand. And that right now that's going to be an interesting shift from when we get out of all of this, because people are now building relationships. You know, they're seeing the people, you know, doing things when they're talking about how they are, you know, serving their employees. All of these different things are constantly coming up. So the more that they have that, like, oh, you know, Sherry started this Ocean Allies thing. I didn't even know that. I didn't know what Ocean Allies was. That is super cool. I mean, they're tremendously helping reduce plastic. Like, now I have a face to associate with Beachcomber. I mean, you all have amazing things that you can talk about that's going on in your business that other people have going on in their business. And it gives your followers a great example and idea on how to continue to chat and engage with you. Do you know how to share access? The live stream only. You want to do chefs doing cooking demos, but we don't want to give them our Facebook credentials. So Cheryl, that would be with the video app. So for instance, let's say we were going, and I don't know if we're going live on the Amplify page or not. So I don't need Amplify access to their page. They would be able to put this Zoom video live on their Facebook page. So I had more success with that personally with BeLive.tv. Zoom kind of kept being a little weird for me, but that's something that you can do, and it just connects right to your page. So as long as they have the panelist access to the video, you can move that over to your page and no one has to have access to anything. So that would be super cool. Chefs doing cooking demos. You want to have the cooking, you want to do it differently than that. You're talking about just having them on there. There's not really a way, sorry, to go back on that. There's not really a way to give them access to only doing a live video. Like they have to be an editor of the page. You don't have to give them credentials, but you would have to go into your settings on the page. And then you would hit page roles. So I'm in my settings, page roles. Now they're not going to be an admin, but they do have technically the ability to post. So if you wanted to just give them access for the day, you can do that, but you can just type in their name here, you know, and then make them an editor. So if you make them an editor, then they'll get an email if they have to accept it, and then they have the ability to go live on the page. You might want to just type up the text that you want them to use. That's what we usually do beforehand when going live, because sometimes doing it on your phone is a little tricky. So if I were you, I would create the copy that I want the chefs to use, and then say, hey guys, just get your phone set up, or your video, or your camera, whatever you're going to use, and then go on the page, click post, go live, and then copy this content in, and then go live and have at it. If you wanted to do it together, where like you were on it talking about stuff too, then you can do it on one of these types of Zoom screen share meetings. Can you share videos on all pages? I can share videos on all of these pages. Absolutely. Anything that says awesome. Absolutely. I don't know if that's exactly what your question is, Kelly. Can you share videos on all other pages? We can share videos all over the place. So if you want to elaborate on that, I'll jump back over to it. More meal type stuff, people are participating. My buddies over at Tampa Pizza did this cool little build your own pizza kit. 35 shares, 12 comments, great little pictures here. I mean, as you can see, our princesses love it. People sharing pictures of their family with them and the experiences that they're having. These meal kits might not be super ideal, but they're a way to get people, participating with the brand and doing things. If it fits your business model, great. If not, obviously you don't have to do it, but you can talk about other people's stuff. Again, it doesn't ever hurt when you're talking about other people's stuff. It's, again, just showing that love. Cooters, kind of an example here, something to look forward to. You can use some of your throwback pictures that you have, having people tag their friends, and mix it up. Don't always have the same call to action. If you look at Clearwater Beach is awesome, for instance, we did North Beach versus South Beach. Who would who's the next person you're going to hang out with? What's your favorite drink? Like, we're constantly trying to think of different stuff. I think we accidentally just posted today North Beach versus South Beach again, and it's not doing as well as it did the other day because we just asked it. But mix it up. You don't have to do questions every day. Just figure out what else you can toss out there. Sharing all these, there's Creative Loafing has got a lot of great content that they've been putting out. We've been putting out some stuff. Stuff to Do in Tampa Bay has been putting out some articles. These types of things, doesn't matter what business you are, this post right here works. 24 scenic drives around Tampa Bay. It's, again, just community love, getting more visibility, getting more action, and then your page having something to contribute. That's not a shameless promotion. That's, why I said earlier where, to not always post your own stuff. What tends to happen is most business pages don't have a lot of engagement because people are invested in your brand, but the same kind of thing, whether it's the same scene every day or the same food pictures or whatever that is, like, people get bored of it. So this is a pattern interrupt, and it gives you an opportunity to showcase some other great things going on throughout the community. Now, if you're retail, my friend Kathy, I'm going to give her, I don't think she's on this call. I'm kind of doing the same one tomorrow with Dunedin Chamber, but it's just like, she is not the person who likes to do camera stuff. She was just like, listen, I got to do it. Everyone's telling me to do it. And she, over the last month, has been making tons of videos, doing a great job. She happens to have, as a retail store, she does have a shop on her website. So she's been selling stuff. I mean, we were on a call together and she's like, I sold out of whatever product, I forgot what product it was. She's like, we sold out of these things, in a couple hours. She's like, I gotta be doing this all the time. And again, these aren't just tips for right now. These are tips for ongoing. All this stuff works whether we're in this situation or not. This is just the opportunity you have, if you have the time, to go jump on and take care of it. If you happen to be in retail and don't have a way to process payments and everything online, you can test it out and use Facebook Marketplace. You can link whatever. This is women's clothing. I clicked on as an example, home and garden. If you put your products on here, all the processing and everything is facilitated by Facebook, and you just have to do the fulfillment. So if you've got retail and you just want to get some visibility for some products, put it on, get it out there. I haven't seen anybody do this with their meal stuff yet, but it's possible. We've got another chat here. Videos that I've taken, is it polite to share them? Oh, so perfect. If you have other videos that you've done, what you could do is, if you've posted them already, send them to us like through Messenger, because what we'll do, and what tends to happen, is like we'll get more exposure for those videos if we post them directly to the page. If we share it like from your page, it doesn't do as well. It's just, I don't know, one of little Facebook's tinkering things. So if you're cool with that, obviously we're going to tag your business, give you a shout out, and keep everything moving there. But if you've got videos, just let us know sometimes that they're on your page, and we can just go rip them ourselves and then make sure that we go get them scheduled out there as well. Share it better from your site or from YouTube. It's better from your Facebook page, to be honest with you. If you're going to post something on Facebook and social, definitely post it directly on Facebook. If you're sharing a YouTube video onto Facebook, it doesn't autoplay and all that stuff, so it's not doesn't do it as well. So there you go. Oh, pet photographer in Clearwater would like to partner with other businesses. Great ways to do things. The more partnering you can do right now, the more you can leverage each other and share some great things. That's the great opportunity. I'm going to jump into ads a little bit. I know that's for a lot of you, this is a little bit of an unknown space. You don't necessarily do a lot. You might just click on boost here and there and, throw a few dollars at a post. But I want to show you a little bit around some of the targeting ideas and opportunities that you can get into. And this is something that, I am going to make myself available if you do want to, let's say, schedule some one-on-one time just to spitball some ideas. I'm 100% going to be available for that stuff. I want to just connect with people and make sure that you're empowered and you can do some of these things on your own. So I'll give you all the contact information, and the chamber can send that out as well. But just to kind of give you a little sense here, this is the ads dashboard. And we've got one little campaign that we set up right now, like I said, running for in-state and out-of-state, people outside of 50 miles. But actually, that's not the right one. This is the audience area. So, I mean, this probably doesn't mean a lot to all of you, but we're getting new people following our pages at 9 and 12 cents, which is like 2013 pricing. It's pretty crazy. Like, we have an email going out to both visit groups. Like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but if you're not spending money to build these pages, which should be so much bigger than they are, in our opinion, I mean, the massive opportunity is there. I mean, if they dumped a few $1,000s in, they can have 500,000 or 600,000 people following the pages, helping spread the message. But that's the same kind of opportunity you have, not necessarily for the likes, for the engagement. So just to jump over, and you have this area, if you're in your ads dashboard, it will say audiences. So I start off, this is like a multiple layer approach. So I would do a saved audience. So the reason why I'm creating this is when I do want to boost a post, this is me already creating an audience that I want to use, because you never just want to like boost to your friends and boost to friends of friends over and over again. It gets a little bit redundant and you'll see engagement kind of drift off, but you do want to start with that. So, give your, audience a title. Audience title. Now you can target a bunch of different things. So this is a little bit for now and for later. People recently in this location. This is something that we were uber successful with. You know, with Dunedin, we did some testing in Clearwater as well. I think we were doing some testing with the cooler. People traveling in this location. So when things are, you know, swinging again, you can do people traveling in this location. And then what is Clearwater Beach's zip code? Can someone toss that in the chat? I think it's 336 something. You can target the zip code. So you would basically just target the strip. Someone toss it in there for me. Thank you. Hop up there. Chat. 5767. Clearwater Beach. So this is basically me only targeting people who are visiting that destination. So when things are swinging around, like, you have a direct way to connect with people that are not locals, that are there, engaged in the community with whatever call to action you want. If they have to download something, if they just have to come in and show you the post, whatever you want to do. I think with the cooler, we did like $1 off acai bowls, and people were showing up. So just another tactic you can use when you can use the people are traveling in that area. But other things that I would do, you can people living in or recently in the location, stuff like that. So we'll do people recently in. And that's, so I start off a little bit broader, and depends on what ad I'm trying to do. Right now, I would try to get people tagging and engaging. So you'll have to go on your page and do some of those lifestyle posts and even some other food type posts. You know, see what videos or what pictures perform the best. Because when I'm going to spend any money on an ad, the only reason I'm doing it is because that performed well organically on my page. That's the test. If it does not, then there's no sense in spending money on it, because it's going to get pushed in front of people that are just not going to engage. You know, if it's not engaging enough for your page organically, it's not going to do better. You're going to pay for it to get in front of more people who don't care. It's really what's going to happen. So test out some different pictures and videos, waves, sunsets, whatever it is. And those types of things, what you'll do is add this connection type down here. And I would start with the people who like my page. And it's as simple as that. So I've created an audience. Oop, yeah, put your Facebook page in there. People who like your page. It's going to auto-populate. Theoretically, Facebook wants to work. Facebook pages. There we go. So Clearwater Beach is awesome. So now I would run this ad only to people who like my page. And my call to action would be something specific around getting them to tag a friend. So this one might be North Beach versus South Beach, or where's your favorite place to get a cocktail? Or I wouldn't necessarily do it something specific about, you know, my business. If I was, you know, you as a merchant, you know, the whole North Beach versus South Beach thing could work for everybody. You can think of lots of other questions that just will incite some people. You know, when's the first time you ever came to Clearwater Beach? What year was it? Boom, absolutely applicable for all of you. So when you have that and you've got the, I'll call it the hook, the bait, which is the pretty video, because people will share and participate with the video regardless of what the text says, which is great. So you're gonna have people liking, sharing, and then the people who are commenting are just adding fuel to the fire. So that's helping Facebook know that it's getting their information in front of more people. So once you've done that, you've got your audience created. You would click save and create the audience. What did I not select? Your audience is incomplete. Oh, yeah, select an area. I'll just do the United States. So on your title, just CLW. So now people in the United States, our page has 101,000, 90,000 people are in the United States. The other ones are outside of it. I could do it wherever I wanted to, create the saved audience. So that's popped up in here. Now, where to find that when you're boosting something. Now, you might be asking yourself, Joe, why would I spend any money on boosting a video I just want to get engagement? So this is the beginning of that funnel of the thought process. So what would happen would be I would do that boost. So you'll see that in the area that says boost post. And then in your audiences area, you'll see a whole, whatever you've created in there. So all my audiences, audience Clearwater. So that's what's already been created. So once that's done and that goes on, the next thing I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna let that go and get as many video engagements and action as it's gonna get. So the cool thing is all the engagements and the sharing is gonna help the video get more views. Now that's gonna help you build the audience, and the more shares and tags it's getting, it's just helping expand it. So the reason we're doing this is I wanna build a retargeting audience. So the reason why I want a retargeting audience is it is a lot less expensive to continue to market to somebody. Surely you've been online and you've gone to a shoe site or Home Depot or whatever, and you've looked at products, and then you're just like, wow, this thing is following me everywhere. That's what they're doing. They're doing retargeting. You don't need to be that aggressive, but the opportunity is tremendous because it's not going to cost you anywhere near as much money to get in front of the same audience of people who have recently engaged with you. So what you do there is you create a custom audience, and then it's going to give you all these other options. So you could target people who have been to your website, target your Instagram profile. You can target people who have engaged with your profile or your page at any time. For this example, I would do video and then choose the engagement type here. People who watch at least 3 seconds of my video. I'm not looking to really qualify them for anything, so I'm totally fine if all they watch was 3 seconds. Then I would choose the video. And, I'll go through and be like, all right, so this manatee chillin' video got 36,000 people. Now, if I have multiple videos in here, I could select all of these. So I just happen to choose this one. I could choose any of these others. Just going to confirm that. And then just give this audience a name, video retarget. So now when I create this audience, it's going to do the same thing as the saved audience did, to where if I want to run some stuff to them in the future, like we're reopen, come check us out, here's this interesting special. One idea I had, and I don't know if I don't want to say how good it is, but it is interesting. If you were going to have like a private, because everybody's basically going to be, grand openings. If you had your own little private party, obviously socially distanced, whatever that's got to look like, but you can have people pre-registering for your parties. You might be able to charge some early ticket prices, fixed menus, fancy stuff, exclusive ride with the dolphins on the boat, whatever, tons of different ideas from it. But I think that that's an interesting idea to kind of go forward with. There was the ads. Somebody had a comment in here. Chat. This webinar, yes, absolutely going to save the webinar. Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're going to save it, and I'm going to happily send it out to everybody. We're going to embed it on our website with some other tips and tricks, just a reference guide of links and how-tos as well. So absolutely, yeah. Then I had one last thing before we conclude here. So this is actually, just want to show you, so that ad that I showed you that we're running, I mean, this is what we're pushing out there. We miss you. Make sure to like us for upcoming vacation giveaways. We're going to just partner with some hotels and restaurants and do some giveaway stuff. Safe, this will pass. And it's just, I mean, this is just the shore. It's a video, the water coming in and out. And it's getting some shares, so it's helping organically get great. But the one thing I want you to look at here is just the reach and the engagement. So this post has only gotten in front of 853 people and got 126 likes. So that's more than 10% of the people who see what we're doing exactly the action that we wanted to. Around 10% on this one as well. So if you're getting 10% of the people it's getting in front of to do stuff, Facebook is giving you a huge thumbs up, and they're going to help serve that in front of more people. So just wanted to share that with you. You know, a couple minutes left on the call here. You've all been kind of asking questions and stuff as we've gone along, but open it up. Thanks so much, Audra. Always appreciate you and everything that Clearwater Spark does. If you're not familiar with, listen, if you need there's a ton of great Clearwater Spark partners that are doing tons of webinars as well on all different types of stuff. I know Sheila is going to be doing a amazing marketing workshop, I think, again, with the Chamber this Thursday. She's amazing. I love all of her content. So you might want to check out what she's got going on. My email is Joe. I think I could actually put it in the message here. Joe@TampaBayIsAwesome.com. So if any of you wanted to just, put a time on the calendar and we just jump on a call, and you're just, you're stuck on something, or you just want to brainstorm some ideas or whatever you can do, more than happy to help serve. Did you get my email there, Simon? Just put it in. It said to all the panelists, right? Joe@TampaBayIsAwesome. Yeah, Joe@TampaBayIsAwesome.com. Feel free to reach out. We'll put some time down and we can get to sharing. I didn't spend a lot of time on Instagram. I will just briefly, real quick, just because it's, I to show this on the phone. If you don't have an Instagram account, it's time to get on board. You just have a completely different audience of people. People consume Instagram in two different ways. They have one, and I'll pull it up here, see if you can kind of check it out. You have like the regular posts that people are making. So if you were on the page, you scroll and you see all the different posts. And then you have the stories, which is the stuff up when you click on the logo at the top right. So some people just scroll through stories. And the one thing with stories, I'll answer that question in a second. So the one thing with stories is they're only really good on there for about 24 hours and they disappear unless you archive them. But if you're tagging us, Clearwater Beach, Tampa Bay, whatever, I can add everything onto our page. So it gives us a nice opportunity and the ability to share your stuff a lot more easily. And it helps you. That's what builds audiences for us, is the more stories we're doing, the more it's getting out there. And when I say stories, they don't have to be videos of you talking about stuff. They can be you reposting someone else's pretty picture, reposting someone else's stuff. Use it, share it, tag the people, and get familiar with it. You can schedule story. You can't schedule stories quite yet. You can schedule the posts inside Creators Studio. So you could do that as well within the Facebook platform. You can schedule stuff on Instagram, but stories you unfortunately have to do like manually right now. But the more you get out there and the more people you start tagging, the more they're going to just help keep spreading the word for you. And Instagram's a critical component right now. If you're going to get into social media and you want everybody to kind of keep doing stuff, the nice thing is it's easy and everybody's happy that you're using their content. So there's no, look at Clearwater Beach is awesome. Look at Clearwater Beach, look at Pier 60. I mean, type in Clearwater and you'll see a ton of lifestyle pages that have a ton of content that if you really look at it, we're all sharing other people's stuff. Most of us are not creating a lot of original content because we're not there every second of the day. So you could find the stuff that's performed the best and share that onto your page, credit the people who did it, and help kind of keep growing from there. So with that, boy, we are right at 2:00. I didn't time this out at all, so I'm super excited that this was an hour. Really appreciate all of you. Chicken video tomorrow. Oh, nice. My little girl is taking a nap right now. She would love to have joined the call. She has been jumping in on everything. She's amazing. Thanks for asking, Sherry. Appreciate all of you. If anyone has, again, any ideas, questions, whatever you want to run by me, shoot me over an email. And good luck out there. Love you. Appreciate you. Thanks, Amanda, for having me.